Well, across the UK, the bunting sold out. Crowds of royal fans have already pitched their tents along the Mall, and the final touches are being installed all over the United Kingdom, London in particular, as excitement builds for a 4-day long weekend extravaganza to commemorate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Joining me now direct from London is royal commentator who's soaking up all the festivities, Victoria Arbiter. Victoria, thank you for joining us here in Australia. We've been seeing all these images come through and heightened anticipation. I know it's been planned for many months. We'll get into some of the specifics in a moment, but give us a sense here of the mood in the United Kingdom.
Well, good evening to you and thank you for having me. There really is a sense of anticipation. There's a real buzz in the air. It's quite funny with the Brits. I remember when I was here to report on William and Kate's wedding back in 2011, and in February, Americans, who I generally work for, were saying, is everyone excited? It was like, no, not yet, but they will be. And there's been that same sort of sense here. Last week, everyone was like, Jubilee, maybe we'll see. Now there is such a buzz, and you can really feel it in the air. Just yesterday on the Mall, as you mentioned, people had started camping outside. The weather's been pretty grim this week, and so you've really got to be dedicated to want to stake your claim in the cold and the wind and the rain. Today, the most beautiful day has dawned, and I think those numbers started arriving around 5 o'clock this morning, everyone eager to secure the best vantage point. And within the next hour, we'll see those first carriages leave Buckingham Palace to make their way to Horse Guards Parade for Trooping the Colour. This will be the very first Trooping the Colour of the Queen's reign that she won't be at the parade in person, but she is planning to take a royal salute from the balcony at Buckingham Palace.
We know there's lots of local events. That's going to be a hallmark of these celebrations, street parties all across the UK. You mentioned there the Trooping of the Colour. There'll also be a concert, I understand, at Buckingham Palace and the Jubilee pageant. What can we expect?
Yes, we have a number of different events to look forward to, something really for every demographic, every age group. Today, Trooping the Colour, which has marked the official birthday of the reigning British monarch for well over 260 years, marks its return to London. Because of the pandemic, it's been on a hiatus, I suppose, if you will, since 2019. We're going to see Prince Charles take the salute at Horse Guards Parade. He will then return to Buckingham Palace with senior members of the working royal family. The Queen will appear on the balcony again for an extended fly past by military aircraft featuring over 70 aeroplanes, and that is always a spectacular sight. Tomorrow, we are going to see the service of Thanksgiving at St Paul's Cathedral. That's where we expect to see the whole family en masse. At the moment, it's the only event that Prince Andrew is expected to attend with his family, the Queen being a devoutly religious woman. I suspect that the service of Thanksgiving ranks pretty high on her priority list, although royal aides have said they won't confirm her attendance at anything until the day of. Saturday is the Derby at Epsom Downs. Anyone who's followed the Queen knows that she is a horse racing fanatic. So again, an event that she's very likely to want to attend, depending on how she feels. And as you mentioned, Saturday night will be the concert at the Palace. Duran Duran, Andrea Bocelli, Queen, Diana Ross, she'll be closing the concert. She's making her first professional appearance in the UK in over 15 years. We're going to see artists really from across the Commonwealth, and that promises to be a lot of fun. And then Sunday is the grand finale, a pageant featuring over 10,000 performers from across the Commonwealth. It's only the 8th royal pageant in the history of the institution. The first was in 1809 for George III. So there really is a lot to look forward to. We're hoping the great British weather holds out. And I think the Queen is certainly, as one who doesn't like to disappoint, she's going to attend as much as she's able to.
And just quickly before we go, Victoria, I caught up with a very senior Australian official who's just come back from the United Kingdom. And he said there's a lot of affection for the Queen. We know that, of course. But he said there's a very poignant mood at the moment, given she's missed some very big events like the opening of Parliament recently because of mobility issues. And many sort of feel this is going to be the last time they see her in a significant formal sense. And that there's a bit of sadness in this weekend as well.
It's certainly very nostalgic. There is a poignancy to all the commemorations, and I think that's really heavily felt. The Queen is Gosh, I mean, I don't want to minimize her reign, but she's kind of like the Energizer Bunny of the royal family. She's just always there. And I think because of the events she's missed in recent months, people are aware of this sort of passing of the baton. It's been very slight, very subtle. There is such great affection for her. And this really is potentially the last time we will see her on such an epic scale, because, of course, a Platinum Jubilee has never happened before. It's unlikely to ever happen again. So I hope really people do just enjoy the next 4 days, celebrate her incredible dedication and devotion to duty. Really, what she has achieved over the last 70 years is extraordinary, and it won't ever be repeated. And I think this is an opportunity for the nation and indeed the Commonwealth to come together and really thank her for her devotion to the nation and her devotion to the Crown. It's going to be a very exciting 4 days.
She has a lot of support here in Australia, Victoria, despite some of the press you might have read in recent days. So thank you. I know my viewers appreciate you joining us tonight.